Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is one of those beautiful days where it's haul time! So I was able to score a couple of items for quite the amazing price that I already had on my wish list before, due to the fact that right now many online shops actually offer quite the amazing discounts. All of the items that I will talk about today I will link down below. I will also show you cutouts on how I would style each of these items so that you get an idea and a little bit of inspiration. You know, if you already follow me, you know that I do have quite a couple of handbags on my wish list. I don't know why, but they just don't make my heart sing as much as they should for me to, make that decision right now. So instead I figured make the most of the situation right now and get some items, first of all, with a very good discount that you usually would not get at this point of the season. That on the one hand just, make my heart sing more and just elevate my overall mood a little bit, that are super summery yet still quite timeless, at least in my opinion and for my personal wardrobe. So before we get started, if you are new to this channel, if you appreciate a cat cameo and actually also what I have to say, please make sure to subscribe, to hit that notification bell, and also consider following me on Instagram. I feel like my community and I, we actually have such a good time over there on Instagram. Let's start with item number one, which is indeed very colorful, and that is the beautiful basket tote by Jacquemus. So during the past years, I always had my eyes on the basket bag by Loewe, which is a beautiful bag. However, when I saw this baby here on the runway at Jacquemus Spring-Summer 2020 collection, I instantly fell in love. I said goodbye to the Loewe basket bag and I knew that I had to get this baby here. Because the bag itself, it's made of straw, so it's a very neutral shade, it's something that goes with everything. But then the pop of color really makes this bag more interesting. It also, of course, elevates the whole appearance of the bag as well. It does come with the iconic Jacquemus golden logo. I think it's kind of it's a little bit of an aged, vintage gold tone. And then what I also really like about this bag that the Loewe bag does not have, this bag comes with short handles, but it also comes with long straps. And these straps are not just comfortable for one shoulder, they are also comfortable enough to wear them crossbody, or let's say they are long enough. So if I am out and about and let's say I'm going on a bike ride or I'm, on like a roller or anything like that, I can just throw on this bag and wear it crossbody as well. And all of this just makes this bag more functional and perfect for everyday use. I could not be happier about this bag. I got this bag with a 30% discount at Luisa via Roma. I would link everything down below. And you know what the funny thing about this bag is? This bag does still cost, of course, the fraction of a price that, a typical designer handbag would cost, obviously, because it is not made of leather, etc., etc. I don't want to compare this to like a Lady Dior or something by any means. However, I have to admit that when I got this bag and I unboxed it, it made me so happy and it made my heart sing so much that I just instantly knew that I really want to have this, that I want to keep this, and even more than any other, luxury typical handbag right now. So this will definitely be a keeper. Let's move on to two clothing items that I got. The first one is this beautiful ruffly mini skirt by Isabel Marant Etoile. It's made of linen, it's frilly, it's cute, it's not too short, it's not too long. I also very much love the shape of it. I think it is very flattering because of the fact that it is quite slim here, but then the ruffles just start a little bit below the waistline so that they accentuate the hip in all the good, in all the right ways. And that is what I love. What I also love about the skirt is that it has multiple layers to it. So it actually has like an underskirt sewn into it as well, so that it is not transparent whatsoever. I really like these kinds of skirts. I actually needed replacement in this case because I used to have a super old white cotton mini skirt in that kind of style that I think I owned for like 10 years or something. And by this time it was just, trashed and worn out. So when I had the opportunity to get my hands on this kind of skirt in just the right cut for a discounted price, I knew that this would be a good investment and that this would be something that, you know, I can style up, I can style down, and that I get a ton wear out of it. So the next item I think is something that I talked about in my last wishlist video. I don't know if I mentioned this piece specifically or if I showed other examples. However, we have a lot of color coming on. It's this blouse by Zimmermann. So if you have been following me already, you know that I am a huge fan of Zimmermann. I have one white similar blouse like this by Zimmermann that I got last summer, and I absolutely love this blouse to death. I raged about that blouse many times before. I will link my recent summer investment pieces video somewhere around here so that you can hear more about the reasons why I love Zimmermann so much. Anyway, I knew that this summer I really would love to add something to my, you know, Zimmermann collection, which I ended up actually getting this one here, which I know it is probably the most colorful and statement, you know, Zimmermann blouse that is probably out there this season. And as much as I loved the idea of this blouse, I was still, I have to admit, a little hesitant when I ordered it because I didn't know if like all of this color and the paisley pattern would be a little bit too much for me. However, again, once I unboxed it, once I tried it on and styled it up properly, I fell in love so hard. I knew this would be mine and this would be a keeper. So regarding the cut, this is like your very typical iconic Zimmermann cut. The blouse is made of linen. It has huge bell sleeves that are cinched in around your wrists, which just, you know, creates the most beautiful and dramatic silhouette in my opinion. And the blouse itself is quite, you know, boxy. It's quite floaty and oversized, if you might say so. However, I think that it is quite comfortable and quite easy to still tuck this blouse in and make it work in a little bit more, you know, dressier or figure-hugging way. And I also actually think that, you know, a paisley pattern is something that itself is quite timeless. There is nothing super trendy about paisley, because paisley is one of the oldest patterns like around anyway. And also the colorway is quite bright and strong, but it is not like neon or anything trendy, you know, like that. So I actually think that, of course, this may not be the blouse that I reach for every single day. However, this is like the item that you wear and it does all the talking. I can totally see myself wearing this with like an all white outfit, with white sandals, with white denim, or with a white skirt. And then I throw on this baby here and here I am. So yeah, you can, I think by now you can see I am very much in love. So these are the 3 items that I got with a discount. I also got 2 more items, shoes, that because of the nature of their brands are basically never discounted, but I still wanted to add them into my summer collection or my summer wardrobe. First of them being these beautiful Walk-in Dior sneakers. So these ones I actually already have worn once, so they are not brand new anymore technically. I actually had my eyes on a pair of Walk-in Dior sneakers for such a long time, but I never pulled the trigger because I never really knew which style to get. I always thought that I would get myself the oblique version, but then again, the colorways never really like totally convinced me. So this time when I recently visited my Dior boutique, I thought, why not try on these? Because I actually do not have like a very simple plain white pair of summer sneakers that are also, you know, quite light. And I figured, why not give these a try? So I tried these on, I took my usual size, I didn't have to size up or down, and I really love the look of these. So what I really like is that they are very simple, they are very casual, but obviously the laces and the vintage gold details really elevate these sneakers and make them more unique, more special, more high-end, while still keeping the shoe itself quite simple and extremely easy to style. I think that these are a great everyday sneaker, to be honest. In reality, these are not like pure white. These are actually more of a creamish white. And this convinced me because this way they are not as, you know, easily to stain or to get dirt on as if they would be if they were like a hard white. This is a huge advantage when you think about taking care of these and making these look good for as long as possible. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased and very happy that I did add these to my collection. And the last item for today you will already also have seen on my Instagram, and that is a pair of brown orange slides. So this is your typical tan iconic orange slide by Hermès. I think Hermès actually calls this gold or golden. Last year during summer I already got myself a pair of white orange slides, my first Hermès orange slides, and I very, very much appreciate them. I wore them a lot, and that is why I decided to get myself another pair in this beautiful tan color. This is a color that is super neutral. It goes with everything, and what I like about this is that it is just your softer and more summery variation or alternative to a, black shoe, let's say. However, I really considered these shoes or a shoe in this color for so many years. And since I already have the white ones, I know that they are comfortable, I know that they wear well, I knew that these would be worth the price for me personally. I also already got a couple of questions on these. So regarding the sizing, I personally actually size up a whole size in these. I don't know why that is. I very rarely experience that. I do have, regular feet when it comes to the width and everything. But because of the fact that our feet do swell up and do expand during summertime, especially if, we drink a little bit of a wine here and there, I just always try to count in a little bit of space for those hot summer days. Also, I am very, very particular with making sure that I have enough space at the edges of my shoe. Also, some of you on Instagram asked me if these are comfortable for wider feet. So I personally, I do not have particularly wide feet. I would consider my feet to be like average. However, I know women who have different feet from mine and who happen to have a little bit more wider feet, and they still keep buying these in different colors ever so often. So that leads me to the assumption that these could be also quite comfortable if you have a little bit of a wider foot. In general, I would say that these are not cut in a very, tight or narrow way whatsoever. And that is it for my video. I have to admit, I haven't been that excited about, buying or having new items like this for a very long time. I don't know if it's because of the situation or if it's because of the fact that I, finally touched a little bit of color here and there, but I'm super excited to wear all of these items. I'm very, very pleased with them. All of these items I know that I will keep and wear for a long time, and that is how I approach my shopping decisions or purchasing decisions anyway, to always make sure that I add something valuable and something functional and durable, high quality to my wardrobe, so that it develops into becoming the wardrobe of my dreams, basically. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of these items. I would personally love to hear your opinion about these. If you also happen to shop any amazing items and even, made a good steal here and there, also be free to comment that down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!